So the first thing that I want to ask you about is like your top three worst symptoms the latest week. If there's one that you had to choose, which one would that be? Like the worst one?
Um, the pressure at the skull.
Pressure at the base of the skull.
Yep. Or the tightness.
Yeah. And then we have the second worst symptom.
Probably I get like a weird feeling at the jaw joint. It's like a pressure, tightness. I don't know if it's actually at the joint or if it's just coming up from like my neck muscles going into my ear pain. I don't know what it is yet, so I would
Okay.
say that.
Okay, so jaw pressure.
I guess you could say that, yeah.
Yep. And a third symptom.
Probably where sinus pressure feeling.
So would that be here or?
Yep, exactly.
All right. So the next part is a long range of symptoms, and you probably don't have. There are probably going to be a lot of them that you don't have. But the idea is to give a grade of from 0 to 10 on each of these symptoms based on how severe you perceive them to be. So, for example, the first one is pain in the back of the head. So if you think this is really, 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 really bad, you could give it a 10. If you don't feel anything at all, any pain in the back of the head, you give it a 0. And you should be considering again how you've been feeling within the last week-ish, something like that.
Yep.
So from 0 to 10. So pain in the back of the head.
When it flares up, I would give it like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah. Okay. And then pain behind the ear.
Behind the ear?
Yeah.
You mean the jaw?
No, that would be down here. It might not. It might be that you don't have any. It sounds to me like it doesn't ring a bell too much. So maybe it's not the one that you have.
Like, are you referring to like more like where it connects to the like mandible? Like, oh
no, yeah. Well, it's really up to you to decide. Some people go like, oh my God, that is the worst symptom. I constantly feel a throbbing pain here. It's so bad. So, but some people also go like, I don't really know. I don't think I have that. Maybe it's more like a jaw, or maybe it's more temporal pain. I have the next one is going to be pain in the temples, for example, and then pain in the forehead.
Oh, okay. Well, I would say if it's connected like right behind the ear, like by the mandible, I would give it like a 6 or 7.
Okay, let's go with that. Then we have a temporal headache.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
And not very often.
And then a pain in the forehead. So we'll get to the sinuses in a little while, but in the forehead itself, no?
None.
And then on top of the head?
Maybe a 2.
Yeah. And then, 3. Yeah. I'll go with 3 then. And then pain in the back teeth or molars?
3 or 4.
And then we have the jaw. So here.
You were cutting out.
All right. Pain in the jaw.
4 or 5. 4. Say more.
4. Yeah. And then pain in the eyes, or maybe behind the eyes. Some people.
3.
Yes. And then we have sinus pain. So.
When it kicks in, about a 7.
And then we have pain inside the ear.
8.
Okay. And then we have pain in the chest.
I don't think any.
No,
that I can...
0. Yeah. And then pain in the neck.
8 when it kicks in.
And then pain between the shoulder blades.
Well, when I go to the chiro and they push on like the trigger points, like a 9.
Okay, it's only when nobody is massaging you. It's like
Well,
your perception from like daily. I don't know if the numbers that you gave right now were when you press the different. It's supposed to be when you just when there's no pressure applied. So only like how you
yeah,
perceive it.
yeah, that's just how I perceive it when it does kick
Yeah.
in.
Okay. Okay.
Then none between the shoulder
None.
blades, really.
Okay. 0. And then pain in the middle of the back.
None.
Yeah. And then pain in the lower back.
Maybe a 2.
And then pain on the top of the shoulder.
None.
And then pain on the. Do you have anything at all in your arms and fingers? Okay, because I've got a bunch of these symptoms, so I'm just gonna go 0 for upper arm, 0 for lower arm, 0 for wrist. What about pain in the throat?
Like no.
No, 0. Yeah. And feeling disturbances in arms and hands and fingers, I'll also give that 0. And then we have these various symptoms. So those were the pain symptoms. Are there any pains that you feel I didn't ask you about?
Not that I can recall. No.
Okay, that's fine. So the next one is tinnitus.
Hello?
Yeah.
You cut in.
Okay. Am I back now?
Yep, you're back.
Okay. So the next one is tinnitus.
Okay. That's ringing in the ears, correct?
Yeah, ringing or like some sort of.
Maybe like on a scale 1 to 10 still. Maybe a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
Not all the time. It just comes and goes.
Okay.
But not very long.
Okay. But still there's a little bit of it.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have sensitivity to sounds.
I would say maybe a 1. It's usually later at night if it is.
Give it a 1. And then sensitivity to light.
2 or 3.
Yeah. And then we have trouble swallowing or a sensation of not swallowing, or no matter how much you swallow it. No.
Nope.
And then watery eyes. Or eyes, tears. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And then clicking, a jaw clicking, or like mechanical issues with the jaw. Like it could be uneven bite or clicking or.
Well, I know when I got back from vacation when this all started, it did feel like I had an off bite, like my jaw was shifting to the left. But now it feels fairly normal.
Yeah. So 0.
So I wouldn't say, yeah.
And then nausea.
Nope.
No. And dizziness and balance disturbances.
I used to, but not so much anymore.
No. And then we've got an issue turning the head.
Yeah. It's not so much turning anymore, it's tilting my head. Only to the left. Like I can't hardly tilt my head to the left, but the right is a problem.
Okay. So maybe a 2?
Yeah, more like a 4 or 5.
4, okay. Then we have visual disturbances.
2 or 3, maybe.
And then we have a sensation of living in jelly or living in a dream.
I did, but not anymore.
And then we have like general stomach problems. No.
Nope.
Okay. And then I skipped irritation in the eyes, droopy eyelids, and irritation of the nose. So I'm going to go ahead and give that 0 unless any of those you don't come across as somebody who has those. So, okay. And then we have the last 4 ones, and the first one is an inability to concentrate.
No.
And then we have an inability to sleep.
No.
And then we have a sensation of being stressed.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Right.
Yeah.
You want it on a scale or?
Yeah, scale, yeah.
Probably a 8.
And then tiredness and a lack of energy.
No.
Nope.
0.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's